Hi everyone, welcome back. As many of you know, I have recently released my newest book, If I Were Dictator, a tongue-in-cheek guide to saving our democracy, on April Fool's Day. Yes, it was done deliberately. And as you can see, I am in my dictator regalia here because every dictator should have a fabulous hat, and I have the fabulous hat, and I am dressed in my red, white, and blue, and I am ready and willing to be your dictator. Okay, no, seriously. Okay, I should probably begin with I truly have no interest in overthrowing the government and installing myself as your dictator. I am way too lazy for that. Instead, my book is about using humor, sarcasm, logic, and a little bit of math to discuss many of the issues that is facing our nation and the ways in which we could fix them. We've all been experiencing it, that sinking certainty our country is no longer working for us. And we no longer matter in the larger scheme of how our laws are made or even why they are made. And many of us no longer feel like we are a part of the American dream of a good job, a nice home with a white picket fence to share with our spouse and raise our kids in relative security. And if this is not quite your generic American dream, please feel free to take a few moments to create your own before we continue. Okay. But the sad fact is, wages are low, employment insecurity is high, living debt is out of control, and there are places within our country that more resemble a third world nation than one which reflects a country with as much wealth as we possess. I read a grim factoid not too long ago, and please don't ask me where. I read a lot of articles every day, and but this number stayed with me, and now I'm going to share it with you. If we broke down our nation's wealth and divided it equally among every man, woman, and child, we would each receive $700,000 a year. That's a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. To put it in another way, every family of four would be millionaires with an annual combined income of $2.8 million a year. Yet, most of the wealth belongs to a small handful of people at the top of the income scale. And that, my friend, more than anything, is income inequity in a nutshell. And I'm not saying that we should not reward a person for working hard and doing well, but you cannot tell me that out of 323.1 million Americans, only a small handful are working hard enough to justify their possessing over half of our nation's wealth. Broken down, the top 1% is in control of 43% of our nation's wealth, and the next 4% are in possession of an additional 29%, leaving almost nothing for the rest of us. A mere 28% to split up among 96% of Americans. For perspective, 3 individuals in our country have as much wealth as the bottom half of our country. Just 3. And that's a lot of money. It is so much money. It is hard to even think about it as an actual thing. It's easier to imagine unicorns than it is to really grasp the concept of a third of our nation's wealth being under your personal control. It's enough to make a jackpot lottery winner feel poor by comparison, and sadly, to scale next to the top 0.01%, they are. It's easier to imagine 700,000, which is why I think it affected me so much. It's a number I could fathom. It felt real. We may not be able to imagine that much wealth, but we can, and we do, feel the weight of so much money concentrated among a very few. Our economy is like a building with a weak foundation supporting a statue weighing 540% more than the rest combined. Looking at it, we know it cannot hold, even as the architects who built it reassure us it will. We know it can't. And this is our country right now, my friends. A house built on a shaky foundation to support something it cannot hold. So the question you are probably asking right now is, what do we do? And my honest answer is, I don't know. Instead, I present to you If I Were a Dictator, a pretend world where I am in charge. Yay! And I can change everything on a whim because, well, I'm the dictator, and that's what dictators do. We change things to suit ourselves, and we don't have to answer for it. But maybe, somewhere within these pages, we can find the beginnings of a solution for all of us before this house of cards falls down upon us. So, That's the book in a nutshell. It is not about finding a one perfect solution, because I'm sorry to say there isn't one. There's not a silver bullet to fix everything wrong with our country right now. But if we all work together, we can find the solutions we need to go forward and make this country once again work for all of us, not just a few of us. So I hope you will take the opportunity to read my book, and perhaps we can start a conversation, not about us versus them or me versus you, but about all of us and how we together can make our country better. So anyway, you can find it on my website, and all of the buy links are there. You can also download a free preview, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Or if you don't want to talk to me, talk to your neighbors. Share the book with other people and spread the word. And maybe we can start a conversation about saving our country together. So anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next Sunday. Until then, take care, and bye-bye.